Alright, so here's the spare block. While it's laying down real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and pull off the bottom, the oil pan, pull this old chain off and everything, because rods are coming. And what that means is we can drop this block off, we got the pistons, the rods, and they'll be able to, you know, clean it, deck it, balance it, all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna pull this one apart and let's see, let's do it. They arrived. Yes, sir. Let's check them out. All right, that's pretty cool. Definitely not putting that on my car. All right, so we got the Forge Max Speed and Rise right here. Look pretty good. Let's see what they look like compared to one of the original rods. Original rod, max speeding rods. I mean, it's just a little wider right here. Seem to be really nice. Let's take it out. All right, so we got our max speeding rods and we got our original stock rod. As you can see, this is a little bit shorter, you know, in height than these. So I was wondering, I was like, oh, I got the ARP rod bolts over here, wondering why this one is definitely thicker than you know, the one on the rod, but one for the stock rod. But you can see, you know, it's a lot shorter in length, so it doesn't need to be. So I guess that's why they made it how they made it. But looks pretty good just from the appearance. But you can see that little line. It doesn't look as flush. I had a pair of Scats, and Scats was so flush, like you couldn't see the line at all. But I'm guessing, like with the bearing, it should, you know, it'll cover it up and it shouldn't be an issue. And here, so we got our JE pistons. Ended up going with these. I was gonna go Wiseco, but for the time frame, they had these in stock ready to go, so I just paid the extra. And the rods, as you see, let's not drop those. So we're gonna be sitting there, something like that, which is pretty awesome. And we should be able to make power without blowing nothing up. We're gonna go ahead and get the rest of the other block apart in the next coming days, and we're gonna get this sent off and go ahead, get it balanced and get it bored and start the process of rebuilding the Jetta. Oh yeah, it's about time. So that's awesome. We got these. All right, YouTube, so what we're about to do today, we are going to the shop currently right now. We are dropping off the blocks to be exact, both of the blocks. I couldn't get the crank bolt off, which you know, and on neither of the motors. So I'm dropping the blocks off. The machine shop said they can handle it. So soon enough, we're gonna be back with the board motor, forge, pistons, and rods, and we're gonna be ready to make some power. Hopefully we can make a good, should be able to easily, 650, 700 horsepower. So I for sure could get us in the 10-second range. That's the goal for this car. Nothing more, nothing less. Around that power should get us there. Full interior still, as you already know, the AC. That's just it, you know. And once we get there, then we can start the next project. That's this piece of crap that I'm in. We're gonna make it rear-wheel drive, but we'll talk about that another day. Yo, what we got under this hood? Oh, we got the VR6. Yeah, VR powered. What's back here though? What's back here though? Oh. 2 more VR6. We got 3 times the power. 3 times, even with the engine hole. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all trying to run it?
I'll run it right now.
Y'all trying to run it?
I'll run it right now.
Let's do it. I even got Gatorade Fierce. Oh, you don't approve.
You're still slow, bro.
You don't even approve.
You're slow. Either way.
Come on, man. I'll run it in the Crocs. We're gonna be removing all the old hoses, wires, everything that you could see, because what I want to do is do a low-key Stance Boy setup. So I'm gonna be stripping it down, I'm gonna repaint it, I'm gonna even put new heat shielding on there, and you know, just how I did this one in black, I want to do the same thing because I like the red and black look. And we're gonna be taking parts to get powder coated, but that's for another video, another day. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get right into this, because you see this stuff is disgusting. All this old stuff. I mean, look at this. This is from like some of like the beginning when I first started learning wiring, like way back. And I don't even think I'm gonna use silicone hose anymore. I mean, look at all this. There's look at this setup. I got some even worse stuff down here. Look at that. That's ripped off, the oil sense. So we're gonna go ahead and freshen all that stuff up. So all this, we gotta clean this up. You see how long these are? All that, look at this. I left this back here. We're gonna clean this up, because when I originally did, when you do with the standalone ECU, you put the IAT sensor in and everything. And again, when I didn't know wiring, I just ran it free and pretty ugly. So we're gonna wrap that. Got the tape, but might use some of this kind of stuff too. So I'm gonna keep pulling stuff apart so we can get it to a bare shell. Alright, so look at this. You gotta see how bad this was. Look what I did in the past. I'm like cutting it open just to see. Got all these little tubes in one. This was like, I guess, where the MAF originally plugged up to, and then you splice into it for the IAT. But golly, man. So we're gonna fix that with some heat shrink and wrap this. I sure didn't know what I was doing in the past, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it worked, but you know, we're gonna make it a lot better now. One of the best techniques to get wires nice and wound up together. I love it. All right, y'all. So here is the finished product of the night. I'm gonna wrap it up. I've done so much. A lot of cutting into, as you could see, cut into here. I kind of just rewrapped to hold it still so they don't get confused. Same thing over here. I deleted some wires. That's what we have down there. Some of that bundle pulled out. I think this is the tube for the windshield wipers. So I think I'm gonna take that out too tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up all that too. I'm gonna order some. I want to go ahead and get is some 1-inch size of this. So I have the 3/4 inch, but I didn't get it to where it's split. So that's gonna be way too hard to try to fit it over the wires. So I think what I'm gonna just do is the smartest thing. I mean, I could probably just try to cut it and see if we could wrap over it and then heat shrink it over, and maybe it'll work right. But I might just go ahead and just buy the 1-inch because some of the areas are pretty thick and I'm gonna need it for that. So that's a wrap. Thank you guys. I will catch you guys in the morning.